Hey y'all, Dekumon here, and welcome back to more Final Fantasy XIV class and job quests. If I sound a little funny, well, I'm still getting over the tail end of this stupid sinus bug. I haven't been able to make a video the last few days. That and the heat, it is broiling right now. So hopefully I don't, overheat, pass out from heat exhaustion in the middle of trying to do these videos. But anyway, last time we finished off the ninja quest line, which honestly was a lot better than I remembered. I didn't remember the ninja quest line being as good as it was. It was funny, it was cute. They really spent a lot of time on it, especially in the Realm Reborn section, because it was the only class they were working on at the time. So now we've got to pick a new class. We've only got 6, if I remember correctly. I believe there's 6 left. Also, I'm recording this literally the night before EU's FanFest, so expect a lot of Evercold information to pop up tomorrow, basically the day I get to release this. With that said, let's hop over to the wheel and see what we're playing next. Yeah, I was right. There's only 6 left. 2 Realm Reborns, a Heaven's Word, 1 both Shadowbringers, 1 Endwalker. I'm kind of hoping for not one of the 2 Realm Reborn ones, because we're about to hit the next major patch, and I don't want to have to be playing this at the same time as this. Alright, let's get our dancer on. Man, I can already tell my sinuses are gonna make this fun. Oh my god, look at the crowd of bodies over there. Anyway, to pick up the dancer quest line, you pop over to Limsa, you make sure you have somebody at least level 60, and you see who wants to dance. Oh, good sir, good sir. You can spare a moment, yes? Of course you can. You see, I've just witnessed a performance most marvelous, and I simply must tell someone about it. What sort of performance, you ask? Why, none other than a troupe of traveling dancers hailing from Razatan, across the sea. I dare say their bold, exotically beautiful motions are like nothing our realm has ever seen. Adventurers like you are always on the lookout for stimulating new experiences, are you not? You simply must witness this spectacle for yourself. Just follow this road down toward the Covenant of the Dutiful Sisters, and you'll run smack dab into the stage they've set up in the square. Down the road, you say? Alright. Now, since this is a Shadowbringers quest line, I'm only gonna have to do with a 60 to 70 and then an 80 finale. Alright. I'm not seeing much of a stage, but you seem to be somebody interesting at least.
Greetings, traveler. Come to see our little show, have you? On behalf of Troop Falsium, I welcome you. My troop mates are seeing to the final preparations even as we speak. Don't wander too far. The curtain will be rising any minute now. It's been quite some time since we brought our art to these shores, and so our fearless leader tells us. I've been practicing day and night ever since we arrived to bring you and your countrymen the performance of a lifetime.
Okay. Wait for the show to begin. The waypoint is behind me. I'm waiting. I'm continuing to wait. Is there a show? Suddenly it's daylight. What the heck happened? The dancers brought the sun out. And a crowd, apparently. Alright, I think that's the Shadowbringer's actual dancer here.
So close and yet so far. For all who cannot make the voyage to our home, we bring our art to yours. Hailing from Razatan across the sea, I present the incomparable, transcendent Troop Falsium. Today we have prepared a sumptuous feast for your eyes and ears. Let the soaring melodies and the stirring, striking steps of our dancers reach your heart and spirit you away to a distant world.
Okay. No, that's the dancer gear. And that's the closest we'll ever get to voice acting in a job quest line. Take it away, boys! Yep. I remember this little routine.
Yes, just so, Rana. Betray not your trembling heart. Dance your dance to the last, and let them fall under your spell.
Ma'am, that sounded surprisingly sinister.
Oh, my apologies. I did not mean to intrude upon your experience. Pray ignore my mutterings and enjoy the girl's performance. She's trained quite hard for this day after all.
Why, yes, I also have 2 sharp things on my hips. That was a sinister grin there for a second.
I must say, you carry yourself with a certain grace, don't you? Ah, but do excuse me. I forget myself.
That was concerning. Yeah, don't mind the 2 of us just staring at each other here. Regardless, she did quite well. Alright. Well, that was an interesting little dance. And now suddenly it's nighttime again.
Forgive me for not having properly introduced myself. I am Nashmeria, principal dancer and leader of Truth Falsium. Rana, the girl whose performance you are admiring, is my #1 student and protege.
Ah.
This may seem a bit forward, but pray tell, have you ever harbored aspirations of stepping on stage? Of losing yourself in a whirlwind of music and motion, and enchanting your audience with your every movement? Forgive me, I know this is all quite sudden, and yet I could not help myself. From the first moment I laid eyes on you, I saw, how can I put it, a poise that could only be honed on the field of battle. Yes, there is no doubt in my mind, you would make a fine dancer. I see you are confused, and for good reason. Allow me to explain. There are forms of dance meant merely to grace a stage, and then there is the art of true falsium. We dance the Kriegsdance, a dance of war so ancient it is said to predate even the founding of our city.
Ah.
Our dance is trained primarily in 2 techniques, each with applications both ornamental and martial. For one, we are proficient in tossing throwing weapons which are most dazzling to the eyes, and even more damaging to any unfortunate foes they strike. The second is, of course, dancing itself. Perhaps you've already felt it, but it is believed that there are mystical powers to our movements which can serve to heighten senses, lift spirits, and drive weakness and worry from people's hearts. The people of Eorzea have done well to rebuild this realm in the Calamity's wake, yet there are scars that still go unhealed, and the spectre of war still looms large over the land. If our art of dance might serve in some small way to ease worries and fears, and offer succor to the hearts of Eorzeans far and wide, nothing would bring our humble troop greater honor, and so did I decide to lead Troop Falsium on a tour of this realm. There is, however, a bit of a rub. We have come with only 2 dancers, Rana and myself, and I am still nursing an injury I suffered on the voyage over. My protege is a talented one, but I can hardly ask her to bear the burden of tour alone, and so I felt compelled to reach out to you. I can assure you that the arrangement would be to our mutual benefit. Should you offer us your aid, I will personally instruct you in the art of the Kriegsdance, an art that will avail you not only on the stage, but on the field of battle as well.
Well.
How could I say no to that? Worry not. I will not force you to rush your decision. We must begin rehearsal for our next performance. Do give some thought to my offer, and seek me out again should you be so inclined.
Well, I shall be doing that shortly, ma'am. For we are indeed inclined.
You return, friend. Have you taken the time to think over my offer?
Accept Nashmera's offer to train as a dancer, yes. Get a little closer here.
Oh, splendid. To tell the truth, I had feared your answer would be no, but fortune smiles upon Troop Falsium today. As principal dancer and company leader, allow me to officially welcome you to our ranks. Wait, don't tell me. Nashmera has handpicked you to join our troop and become a dancer. Is Rana right, or is Rana right?
She is, and that was a nod.
I knew it! I haven't been doing this for as long as Mistress Nashmera, but even I can see that your poison posture is anything but ordinary. Oh, but don't get your hopes up too high. You're going to have to work your ass off to outshine Rana Migo. It suffice to say that I will be watching both of your careers with great interest. Oh, but where are my manners? I haven't even asked my student his name.
I am Dekumon, the Gopher of Light.
An elegant name indeed. Very well then, Dekumon. This is for you. This crystal houses the amassed knowledge and memories of generations of our forebears, butterflies of the battlefield who have fluttered their way into history and legend. Take it and treasure it. And, of course, you'll also be needing a change of clothes. Here, this outfit should do. Go ahead, put it on. You'll be amazed at the freedom of movement the pliant fabric affords you.
Well, I'll have to do that off screen because obviously we can't have our character stripping. Plus, they're not actually giving me an outfit. I have to change into the Dawntrail artifact armor I picked up earlier. So, be right back. You know, funny enough, I kind of work this outfit. I don't know, the peak might be a little much, but it's not bad. And this headpiece, this is an acceptable headpiece that I would almost keep on because all it is these little, like, ear tassels. But just for brevity's sake, let's turn those off. It's not a bad little set. And thankfully, I didn't have to do too much in the terms of re-equipping because Ninja and Dancer share accessories, so I didn't have to change any of those. Anyway, Nashmira, if you please, let's go Gamboling for Gil. There. I'm all decked out in my fancy new Dancer duds.
I have trained many a dancer in my day, but I cannot recall ever having seen the crystal take to one of our new recruits so quickly. Truly, there is prodigious talent within you just waiting to be untapped. I've never seen anything like it either. Why, at this rate, he might even be able to challenge me for the position of Troop Falsium's rising star. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Rana. But yes, with Dekumon in our ranks, our ultimate goal might at long last be within reach. Before that, however, I should share with you the full details of our planned itinerary.
Okay, lay it on me.
As I may have mentioned, we have traveled to these shores with two purposes: to share our time-honored art with Eorzeans far and wide, and in doing so, to do our part to help heal any lingering scars left by the Calamity. Limsa Lamensa here was our first stop on our tour of the realm. This leaves us with 4 destinations: Urdar, Gridania, Ishgard, and finally Alamigo. And yet Ishgard is still dealing with the repercussions of the Dragon Song War, and Alamigo has but recently been liberated from their Garlean masters. I believe it would be best to put off our performances in those nations until such a time that we can be sure our presence will be welcome. And so, by process of elimination, the next 2 destinations on our tour are all but decided. However, there is another important matter we must attend to before we set off. Finding ourselves a patron willing to sponsor our jaunt across the realm, yes? Precisely. With what little coin remains in our coffers after the long journey, we can scarce afford to put on humble productions like the one Dekumon just witnessed. We must find someone who will spare no expense in helping us bring our art to every corner of Eorzea. Unfortunately, I have learned of someone who might be suited to that role. An acquaintance of mine in these lands, a songstress no less, introduced me to an influential merchant who considers it his life's work to promote daring new forms of creative expression the realm over.
Is it Godbert?
The man in question has all but agreed to fund our tour on one condition. We must grace him with a private performance, and he must deem it to be a true artistic revolution, unlike anything he's seen before.
It's Godbert.
An artistic revolution? Oh, that sounds like an awfully tall order.
I said assume where I come in, right?
Indeed it is. After all, an Aztec of such renown has surely seen a Near Eastern dance or two in his day. So I asked myself, what could we possibly show this man that would answer truly awe and inspire him? Long did I struggle to come up with an answer, but no longer. Dekumon, you will take the stage with Rana and transform into a full-fledged dancer before this man's very eyes. Yes, I call it a flower booms on the battlefield.
Oh, jeez, man. They're gonna put me on the spot.
Yes, it's all coming to me now. For the final act, Rana here will play the role of a formidable foe, unleashing a fearsome array of steps and twirls against you. You'll fend them off, retaliating with flourishes of your own in a dramatic dance battle for the ages. Dekumon and I taking the stage together. My tail is tingling with excitement just thinking about it. And through our battle, we'll show our would-be patron that our art is more than just for show. Why, it's positively perfect. I know it's your first performance, but you needn't worry. Nashmir and I will be right there with you. Just follow our lead, let the music carry you, and I'm sure our performance will knock this bigwig merchant's socks off.
Alright. Putting a lot of faith in me here.
Rana speaks true. I would not have invited you to our ranks if I did not believe, if I did not know, you were capable of such what I asked. And so, let us not delay any further. Our audience awaits us in a place called... yes, Costa del Sol.
Maybe it's not Godbert. Maybe it's Gichimaru. Alright. We're here.
Excellent. My 2 rising stars are here, and we can finally get the show on the road. But first, we should pay our respects to our patron-to-be, Master Gekiruju. Come with me.
Yep, so it is Gekiruju. Rather hoping it was Godbert, but fine. Worst comes to worst, I can always threaten the little rascal.
Master Gekiruju, it is a pleasure and an honor to be invited to your lovely estate. I am Nashmira, leader and principal dancer of Troupe Valsium, and I stand before you today with 2 of my most promising protégés.
Yes, welcome and all. Oh, take me. Is that you, Titan's Bane? Moonlighting as a dancer these days, are you? I must admit I thought adventuring was more lucrative than that. Well, mind you, when you're as wealthy as me, the best is a given. No, I won't be content with merely a masterful performance. I want to see something daring, something profound, something the likes of which this realm has never seen. I trust you're up to that task.
We will let your eyes be the judge of that, Master Gekiruju. For today, Costa del Sol will be the venue for an inaugural performance of Troupe Valsium's newest production. I call it A Flower Blooms on the Battlefield.
Otherwise known as, we're gonna have ourselves a slug match with chakrams. And no surprise there that this is gonna lead to a duty calls.
Your very first performance, and already you're taking center stage. Oh, don't worry, you'll be fine. Your first opponent will be a training mannequin designed specifically to hone an aspiring dancer's skills. Breathe deeply, move with purpose, and it'll be a breeze. At the same time, always remember that the Creek stance is a dance of war. I know you are among friends here, but I want you to imagine yourself on the battlefield, leaping and twirling through a legion of foes. Now, let's knock this Master Gekiruju out of his 100,000 gil stockings. I'm ready when you are.
And I'm ready right now. You have learned all dancer actions and traits up to level 60, plus, an extra 40 on top of that. And I saw that nod game.
That's it. The fire in your eyes. This is the chance of our lifetimes, so let the same passion burn in your heart and hold nothing back. Let the curtain rise.
Oof. Too warm in here. You hear the fan going, well, it's because I'm trying not to broil.
You still lack for experience, this I know. But take heart, for I have crafted this performance specifically to draw out your innate talent, step by precious step. Follow my lead, and you will feel yourself transforming into a full-fledged dancer before you know it. Lose yourself in the music, let the passion in your heart take over, and you will move as you have never moved before. Yes, you are the flower on this battlefield, and today you will blossom.
Alright. Here we go. Gonna do us a little breakdance fighting. Alright. I imagine these first few things are just gonna be training dummies to play with. We call it closed position. Yes. First thing you always want to do as a dancer is ensure that you have yourself a dancing partner. So as soon as I am given access, first things we do, bam, dance partner achieved. I assume the first thing we're going to be doing is a lovely standard step. Okay. I see a lot of mammoths over there. Alright, standard step. Blue, yellow, finish! And that hands off a nice 1-minute buff to you and your dance partner. Oh, it's her turn. Oh, I see. Is she gonna mark me? Or no, she's doing technical step, because she's doing 4 dances, yep. So technical step basically gives a buff to the entire party. Wow, she's doing technical step again. Dance the steps again and execute a double standard finish. Red, blue, standard. Alluring, he said, yeah, sure. Alright, time to show off some of the basic attacks. Yep, here comes some mammoths. Hold this. Because standard step and technical step also do damage, which is kind of wild. So, the big gag with Dancer is it's basically all proc based. I only have a 1-2 combo, but every step of that combo has a chance to proc what's called a reverse hit, which, as you can see, I already got one. Come on. And when you fire off reversals, you actually have a chance to trigger a fan shot, which is a lovely little off GCD damage you can play with. So the general gag is you go A, you go B, you fire off any procs you get to play with. You don't always get a proc, so it kind of makes the class a little wonky. And I need to do a fresh dance. And standard step and technical step actually do a crap ton of damage because you're basically eating a couple GCDs. So they definitely made sure to give you damage for it. Time to play with Rana. And she's got Einavant already, yep. I think I have that, don't I? No, I do not. Okay. Defeat Rana in the dance battle. You. Ooh, gaze attack. It's actually a good opportunity for me to just do some dancing. Lovely about this being a ranged physical class is you can just keep moving wherever the hell you want. Oh, I see. She's gonna bump me into the freaking. Yep. Oop, she's doing that, so I'm gonna do a dance. I got 2 procs to play with here. Now you can hold up the 4 feathers and kind of just spend them as needed. Try to avoid getting nailed by everything. There we go. Finished her off with the standard step. Having fun there, Gegirushi. Oh my god. Woo! That was huge. There. Duty complete. That was a nice little warm-up for the dancer.
Are you sure that was your first time up on stage? I could swear I was watching a veteran up there. I couldn't take my eyes off you for a moment.
I mean, I've had stages to fight on, but not the stages you're used to.
Oh, but hey, my moves are nothing to sneeze at either, right? Of course, all the flashy lights were just for show. I set them up beforehand, just to liven up our performance, you know.
Of course you did.
Oh, but enough about me. This was your day to shine. If that meant me playing the villain for a day, then so be it. I'm just proud to have played my part in helping your talents bloom. Now that was a sight to behold. A bold young man taking on one fearsome foe after the next, and transforming into a masterful dancer before my very eyes. Yes, I do believe I've not seen anything quite like it. Plus, all you really had to mention Titan's Vein was involved, and I would have funded you fully. Oh, of course. Your words do us great honor, Master Gegeruju. Might we also count on you to loosen your purse strings and sponsor Troop Falsium on our tour across your fair realm? It is true, of course, that your troop deserves a far wider audience, and yet your performance moved me so that I just couldn't bear to part with you so soon. I must say, I found myself particularly smitten with this young kitten who played the villain's role. Rana, was it? Perhaps I could interest you in signing a contract to be one of my personal dancers. I can promise you that it would be a lucrative one.
God damn it, dude. Stop trying to add everyone to the harem.
Why, you flatter me, Master Gegeruju. But I fear I'm still in training. I can't very well leave Miss Nashmira's side until our tour is complete. Oh, is that so now? No, this simply won't do. Why, I'm afraid your rejection has so devastated me that I simply don't have it in me to fund your little excursion after all. You can't be serious! You gave us your word! You won't take no for an answer! Whatever should we do, Dekumon?
I could smack him. You are altering the deal. You can do this the easy way, yeah. No, you are altering the deal.
What's that supposed to mean? Stop looking at me like that! You're scaring me! I say, I never took you dancers to be such a bloody serious lot. I meant only to express how utterly enthralled I was by your fearless performance. You have provided me with precisely the sort of bold and audacious artistic revolution I sought. As per our deal, I am more than happy to offer you the financial backing you so clearly deserve. We are most grateful, Master Gegeruju. Truly your aesthetic sensibilities are matched only by your boundless generosity. By your leave, we shall begin preparing for our forthcoming performance in Uldar.
Ah, so Uldar's first, huh?
Wait, if I might just make one small request. I ask not that you sign an exclusive contract, only that one of your sojourn here as my honored guest, and entertain me for a spell. In return, in addition to my patronage, I shall promise that I will deliver you a personal letter of recommendation to the Syndicate on your behalf. Well, I do believe that sounds like a mutually beneficial arrangement. In that case, Master Gegeruju, you may have the pick of any of my troop, excepting Dekumon, of course, since he's not really, supposed to be here. Then the deal is done. Yes, I would be more than content with the lovely Miss Rana here. Leave the negotiations with the Syndicate to me. In the meantime, I look forward to seeing every move in your repertoire. Is that supposed to be a sex joke? Oh, yes, indeed. The pleasure is mine, Master Gegeruju. And please introduce me to your personal dancing girls as well. I'm sure there's so much they could teach me about the art of dance here in Eorzea.
Oh dear.
I was worried there for a moment, but all's well that ends well. I'll go and share the good news with the others. Pray come along if you like.
Alright, I'll be along shortly. Now keep your hands to yourself, Gege.
Alright, and that's the end of this quest. When Master Gegeruju started insisting on taking Rana from us, I thought all our efforts were for naught. But it seems we've come away with everything we bargained for and then some. And it's all thanks to you. It really was quite remarkable how he changed his tune after you gave him just a single glance. Clearly you possess remarkable powers of persuasion. At any rate, I suppose a short sojourn here could benefit us all. Rana seems eager to get to know the dancers here, and I must attend to administrative tasks before our next performance. In the meantime, why don't you put your newfound skills to the test? I suspect you'll be quite pleased with how well they serve you.
Alright. Don't worry, I'll sneak back here as soon as I hit level 63, and it's done. A soirée in the Sultanate.
Well, if it isn't my star pupil, you couldn't have come at a better time. A messenger just arrived. It would appear that Master Gegiruchu has received a response from his friends in the Sultanate. As for the details, he will deliver them to us in person. Why don't you go on ahead to his villa? I will fetch Rana and be along shortly.
Alright. Hopefully everything's going well. Still enjoying the girls, huh, Gege?
Well, if it isn't my second favorite dancer. Good news, my boy. Thanks to the highest recommendation of yours, truly, my friends at the Syndicate would be more than happy to host one of your performances in Ul'dah.
Letter of recommendation or details?
You have our deepest gratitude, Master Gegiruchu. Truly, your generosity knows no bounds. Think nothing of it. Your performance gave me a thrill I'll not soon forget, and while I'd love nothing more than to keep you all to my own, I'd be remiss if I didn't share my most remarkable discovery with the rest of the realm. That goes for you in particular, my lovely Rana. You may be a bit rough around the edges, but that just adds to your untamed, dare I say, feral allure. Nothing would make me happier than to go down in history as the man who introduced your beauty to Eorzea. Why, Master Gegiruchu, you're making me blush. Ha! Then how thought take me. I simply can't bear the thought that you performed on my stage for the last time. You'll grace me with one final farewell performance, won't you? Surely after all I've done for you. Our apologies, Master Gegiruchu, but we must not keep our audience in the Sultanate waiting. After all, this is but the second stop on our journey, a journey we must see through to the end. And besides, while your words do Rana, and us all, great honor, I would remind you that the girl is still an apprentice. Excess praise can lead to overconfidence, overconfidence to carelessness, and carelessness to an untimely fall. Do you hear me, Rana? No matter what glowing words your admirers may heap upon you, remember that your journey as a dancer has only just begun. Keep your feet planted firmly on the ground, lest you stumble on the road to achieving your full potential. Oh, but of course! And yet it's truly inspiring to have such a devoted fan, is it not? Why, it helps me appreciate just how much I've blossomed as a dancer in such a short time. I do not mean to make light of your achievements. I ask only that you stay focused on the task at hand, continue to hone your craft, and not let yourself get swept away by unchecked emotion.
Aww.
And with that, we should be taking our leave. Master Gegiruchu, we thank you for your patronage and hospitality. When our business in Eorzea is done, we will return to fully express our gratitude. Huh. You need not feel compelled to travel with the troop, Dekumon. I trust that you still have matters of your own that would attend you along the way. We shall await you in Ul'dah.
Don't worry. Won't take me that long to get there. Aetherites are a handy thing. Alright, we've made it to Ul'dah.
So this is Ul'dah, the jewel of the desert. But we're not here to see the sights. No, we must decide upon a suitable venue for our next performance. As a matter of fact, I already have an idea. I was thinking we might put on a show in Stone's Throw, a settlement outside of town said to be home to the poor and the downtrodden. Are you sure of this, Mr. Stasmira? I agree that the art should be enjoyed by the lowborn as well as the high. But is some glorified shantytown truly the best place for us to find an audience here? I would have it no other way. Now listen to me, Dekumon, and listen carefully.
Alright.
You will recall that I told you that our Creek stance has the unique ability to clear hearts and minds of worries, and lift the spirits of all who behold it. Put another way, bringing joy and succor to the scorned and the suffering is no less than our calling in life. In Nimsa as well, our audience included many who were down on their luck, and yet it did not seem those troubles weighed so heavily in their hearts. Mayhap this is a remnant of their pirate heritage, a flagon of ale in hand and a song on the lips, and all their cares fade away. Ul'dah is different. Here I feel the scars of the calamity run deeper, particularly among those who lack the coin needed to rebuild their lives to their satisfaction. A stone's throw it will be. I can think of no place more in need of what we offer.
You there! Halt! Halt, I say! You're the dancing troupe that comes at the invitation of the Syndicate, yes? On the authority of the Brass Blades, we command you to desist at once!
Desist what? We haven't done anything yet.
Fear not, you have done nothing wrong. It's just, well, Stone's Throw is not safe for visitors these days, you see. A group of real rebel rousers have been causing trouble of late. You know how it is. Protests, riots, and all sorts of unpleasant business. Of course, their anger is targeted directly at Uldar's upper crust. Like as not, they'd leave you a troop of performers. Still, the Syndicate cannot accept the risk of its honored guests suffering an untimely injury. Or worse.
I appreciate your concern, but I can assure you that it is wholly unnecessary. All members of my troop are well trained in the art of self-defense. We are more than capable of taking care of ourselves.
That is very true.
That's right. Besides, healing suffering and strife across the realm is precisely the reason we've come here. Whatever sort of struggle your people face, why not let us look into the matter and see if we can't resolve it?
You know, shouldn't you be telling that to the Brass Blade? It is a gracious offer, but no. Keeping the peace is our sworn duty, and one we cannot simply impose on guests. Besides, we are trained soldiers, and you are not. For your own safety, you should take your leave of this place at once. You haven't seen these dancers. I'm more than just a dancer, you know, dude. I'm the warrior of bleeping light. You don't recognize me? An adventurer, and one who knows his way around Uldar, you say? Perhaps you are fit to investigate this matter after all. Very well then. You and your friends may carry on. Just promise that you won't go looking for trouble, eh? Looking for trouble? Like I don't find it every 5 freaking steps.
Mistress Naspira, leave this to me. I'll dent up a stone for these poor folks, calm their hearts, and put an end to any riots or uprisings or whatever. I admire your spirit, Rana, and yet I cannot shake the sense that great danger does indeed lurk here. You may go, but only if Dekumon accompanies you, and you must promise that you will not leave his side.
Alright.
Alright, the more the merrier, don't you agree, Dekumon? Let's make for Stonestone. I'll face you there.
Alright. We're trying to cram in all the nods we can for these few quests. Well, this is the spot.
Oh, there you are. Let's get started, shall we? Our first task is to figure out just who's behind these riots. Why don't we split up, ask around, and see what turns up?
Are you sure we're supposed to be together?
Oh, don't tell me you're worried about that silly promise I made to Mistress Naspira. Oh, come on, Dekumon. Clearly she worries over much. You saw me on the stage. Do I look like someone who can't take care of herself? Now, let's see what the townspeople can tell us. Meet you back here when we're both done, alright?
Fine. Better not have to save your ass. Alright, what do we have?
Riots? Why the been so trouble here, late? Won't catch me dead, get myself involved. Worst point it all. We should just bugger off and give us some peace and quiet for once. Of course that don't stop those brass blades from staring at me every askance that time they come through the neighborhood. Not I can blame him, I suppose. Rumor has it the true culprit's an expert in throwing the authorities off his tail.
Interesting.
Looking for some rabble-razzle royalty, you say? Well, I might know a thing or two. What's to ya? None of us even stones have much love for the rich, that much is true. Still, it wasn't until lately when someone started talking about actually giving them their due. Thought they were just talking big, but lately it seems they've been putting their plot into action.
I see. Looks like we're the ones here first. Where the heck did she get off to now?
Hey, you there. You friends with that Makote girl? The one with the fancy dress?
Yeah?
She was asking about the riots, you know? Well, would you believe I actually saw her talking to one of the blackguards responsible for it all?
Of course she is.
The last thing I saw, I was leading her away somewhere. I'd go after her if I were you. Well, I wouldn't, though. Never had the nerve for that sort of thing. But I reckon you should, before the poor thing comes to harm.
Great! Rescue mission already. Well, that's not a great sign, though it looks like she was able to take them down. At least some of them. Hello! Goodbye! You alright, Rana? Lord girl. You're the one who insisted on going off on your own.
Dekumon, you really saved my skin. This man told me he'd take me to the rioters' hideout. He led me here and then, well, to be honest, I'm still unsure entirely what I witnessed. It was the strangest thing. As soon as he brought me here, His body began to sway and spin in the strangest way. If I didn't know better, I'd say he was dancing. We can talk about that when we're back in safer environments. I should probably summon the brass blades and file an official report. Meanwhile, could you return to the city and let Mistress Nesmira know I'm alright? And tell her I'm sorry for breaking my word.
Fine. Oh, Nesmira's gonna be thrilled when I tell her.
I see. I had a feeling this would happen. Do not blame yourself, Dekumon. You are not her keeper. I will deal with the girl myself when she returns. That said, I am curious. What can you tell me of this strange dance she says her would-be captors were performing?
Don't ask me. I never saw it, so I have no idea. Good news, friends! Thanks to your efforts, we have apprehended the firebrand. Peace should return to Stone Sur for now. Listen till the next rabble-rouser decides to fan the flames. Still, there is one part of the story that does not sit well with me. The girl here claims she saw her captors dancing, but those we took into custody swear to the last man they remember no such thing.
They deny that they were dancing. But why ever would they feel the need to lie about something so innocuous, when already convicted of a far more heinous crime?
It is not precisely a lie. You see, from here the tale gets even stranger. They claim to have a vague recollection of their bodies moving, but insist they had absolutely no intention of doing so. They went on to say they couldn't even remember where or why they came up with the idea to riot in the first place. On the contrary, they seemed almost relieved, just as if some evil spirit had been banished from them. Ah, crap. We dealing with a Voidborn? Sounds like our friends have been partaking of a particularly unstable and unsavory alchemical concoction. At any rate, the Brass Blades will be taking over the investigation from here. Thank you for your assistance, and please carry on with the preparations for your performance with our blessing. I mean, this is the end of the quest. I assume we're going to have the performance, as a cutscene.
I'm sorry, Mistress Nesmira. I should have stayed with Dekumon like you said. Together, I'm sure we could have worked things out peacefully. In the end, I was not able to dance even a single step. Just as the Greek dance can enthrall and inspire, so can it serve us in battle. A true dancer must be prepared for both possibilities at all times. Dekumon was able to display his skills as a dancer in battle today, and I suspect it is for that very reason that your would-be captors... Never mind that. Rana, you disappoint me. It is not a lack of dancing prowess that led to your failure today. No, it was the overconfidence that led you to stray from your partner's side. When Troop Volscium dances, we dance as one. We dance to stir hearts and lift spirits, not merely to show off our skills, that our admirers might shower us with empty praise. I thought you understood this, but it is clear you still have much to learn.
Aw, poor Rana.
I'm sorry, Mistress Nesmira. I promise I will not repeat my mistake.
She's gonna have to go pout for a little bit.
Forgive me for making you suffer the girl's foolishness, Dekumon. Though she has grown in skill, it is clear she is still a child in more ways than one. I can only hope that she will take today's lesson to heart, lest she eventually pay the price.
They're not going a bit too far. You ask much of the girl, yeah.
Being a true dancer is about more than knowing how to move one's feet. I must be tougher on Rana than anyone, lest Troop Volscium fail to carry out its sworn duty. I can see you are confused by my words. Do not worry. All will become unevident in due time. Yes, both you and Rana will understand. All too well.
That was slightly suspicious.
And with that, I must prepare for our forthcoming performance. This time I will be asking Rana to take the stage alone. She may consider it her opportunity to reflect upon her actions today, and, God's willing, learn and grow from her missteps. Meanwhile, perhaps it would be best if you too return to your training. If you and Rana truly mean to bring out the best in one another, both of you will need to work harder than ever before. Farewell for now, and let us meet up again when it is time to move on.
Alright. I imagine the only other place we can go is Gridania from here.
And now, I do believe it's time I did some investigating of my own.
Okay. That was only slightly sinister. Anyway, next up, Dances with Duskwights.
It is good to see you, Dekumon. You'll be pleased to hear that our exhibition in the Sultanate was a rousing success. Rana gave quite the inspired performance. It would seem the girl has indeed taken her lessons to heart. That leaves Gridania as the final stop on our three-nation tour. I meant to depart immediately, but I must confess that the curious developments in Uldar have given me pause. Upon our arrival, let us first pay a visit to the Adder's Nest and inquire as to any strange happenings about town. Do not ask me why, but I believe it is best we stay vigilant.
Okay. Again, just trying to cram in all the nods we can, clearly. Alright, to Gridania. And now we get to see if anything interesting is happening here.
Ah, Dekumon. I am sorry to say that my fears have been well founded. Gridania too has seen its fair share of social unrest of late. Pray explain this situation to my colleagues, good sir.
You're familiar with the Duskwights, yes? They're a clan of Ellison who eschew the shackles of urban life and instead choose to live in isolation. For the most part, both sides choose to leave the other well enough alone. Recently, however, events have taken a troubling turn. Groups of Duskwights have been assembling for reasons unknown, holding secret gatherings on the outskirts of the forest. Whenever they rain, we can be quite certain that it is nothing good. The Twin Adders content to let them be provided, so they do us no harm. But when they turn to thieving and threaten our way of life, this cannot simply turn a blind eye. To say that tensions between the Duskwights and our citizens have been rising would be an understatement. To this point, troublemakers among the Duskwights have primarily acted alone, which makes the matter in which they are now plotting something together in plain sight all the more concerning. Some here in the nest even believe that they are sowing the seeds for a violent uprising.
As fortune would have it, these Duskwight rabble-rousers have recently been sighted with particular frequency in the immediate vicinity of the venue where I had hoped to hold our performance. Needless to say, we must address the immediate danger before we can even think of going forward with our performance. Dekumon, Rana, let's say we investigate the matter together this time. Consider it done. I'll make up for my failure. Just you watch me. Once I've soothed the Duskwights' hearts with my dance, nothing but writing will be the furthest thing from their minds.
Okay. Guess I'll go and keep Ron out of trouble.
Thank you, friends. That settles it then. Leave the matter of the Duskwight demagogues to my colleagues here.
I suppose it would be some merit delegating the task to you, rather than risk fanning the flames to the Duskwights and our own citizens. And yet, you're a dance troupe, are you not? Are you certain that your friends here are up to the task of suppressing an armed revolt?
You can be assured they are. For what it is worth, I too will be accompanying Rana and Dekumon to ensure that everything is in order. Besides, there is something that I can confirm with my own eyes. And with that, we should be on our way. The Duskwights in question are said to be congregating in the South Shroud. Let us meet first at the local tavern and formulate a plan of attack.
Alright. South Shroud, South Shroud. Is that Quarry Mill? I think it probably is. I'm sure I'll find out in due course as soon as the quest marker moves. Nope, Buscarans. Well, at least I was half right. Quarry Mill's still the closest Aetheryte.
According to one of the regulars here, the Duskwight troublemakers were seen not long ago to the northeast of here. And that's not all. A rumor says that they were, and I quote, gyrating and undulating in a most curious way.
Sounds like Ul'dah all over again.
Whatever it was we witnessed in Thanalan, it seems likely that it's afflicted the people here as well. We must investigate the matter with all speed. Come, now.
Okay. Again, not sure what's doing it. Suspicion is currently on a void scent, but we shall see. Okay. We're officially back in waiting mode. Keep the lookout for any suspicious Duskwights.
Dekumon, it's just us here. I think I saw something. Over there, behind the bushes.
Okay, and yeah, that was a nod. I had the camera zoomed out, but I saw the head move.
Yeah.
Some random poor soul dancing it away. Multiple poor souls dancing it away. No, this is possession. This is some sort of possession. And yeah, I think I may be right. I'm thinking a void scent of some kind.
That's it! That's the same creepy dance I saw in Uldar! The dance of the damned. Yes, it is just as I feared.
Well, care to enlighten the rest of the audience, ma'am?
I'll explain everything in good time. For the moment, just leave them to me.
Alright. Is there some sort of, you know, exorcism dance that I don't know yet? Interesting.
Begone, meddlers. Leave us to our dancing.
Oh, but I want to dance too.
Yeah. Fucking void set. And she has an exorcism dance.
What in the... My legs. This is they have a mind of their own. Oh, yeah, that was good.
Oh? It's more of a sprite than anything.
Damn. It's just a shot, look out!
Yeah, you're a little late, Ra. Alright. Defeat the etheric shadow. This should be easy enough. Even with these crappy weapons. Huh. Yeah, that was almost assuredly a void thing of some kind. Anyway. You alright, girl? Come on. Stand up. I can talk to a healer if I need to. That would be a hell of a thing. Need to change to a healer class to progress the dancer class.
Forgive me, Dekumon, and thank you. And to think I was scolding poor Rana for her overconfidence. In my heyday, I would have made short work of that thing, but alas, those days are long behind me. Don't be too hard on yourself, Mistress Nashmira. We all have our bad days. And besides, it's not as if you were just being reckless like me. Never mind that. What in the world did I just see? That creepy dance? That strange cloud of black ether? What does all of this mean, Mistress Nashmira? Come now, I know you know more than you've let on. I do, and I fully intend to share my knowledge with you, once I have seen what I must see with my own two eyes. In the meantime, someone should hand over these men to the Twin Adders. I suppose you're right, and we must treat your wounds as well. Dekumon, could I ask you to return to the Adder's Nest and deliver our report? I'll tend to Mistress Nashmira's scratches and see that no other troublemaking Duskwights show up.
Alright, I'm off to Gridania again. You're not the same one. Hi, Gavin. What's this? You apprehended the Duskwight miscreants for us. Well, splendid. On behalf of all Gridania, you have all gratitude. We'll dispatch a unit to the South Shroud at once. Okay. Now, let's see if we can't get some information on what the heck that thing was that was possessing them.
My apologies for the delay, Dekumon. I'm pleased to report that our dancing Duskwight friends have been handed over to the proper authorities, and Ron has patched up my wounds good as new. With sufficient rest, I should be back on the stage in no time. Not on my watch, you won't! Pray don't overexert yourself, Mistress Nashmira. You need your rest. I told you I could have handed over the culprits myself. I know, Rana, and yet I wanted to be there myself when they awoke. It played out exactly as I expected. They remembered little or nothing about their dancing, their secret gatherings, or any of the conversations that led up to it all. Well, just being stubborn, no doubt. We're not friends. The Twin Adders will carry out a proper interrogation, upon enemy torture. And yet, one thing still concerns me. Is it true that these events bear striking similarity to a situation you witnessed in Uldar?
Yeah, definitely. So?
What we have witnessed is none other than the Sultanates, the dance of the damned. And it is our God's given duty as dancers to see that it is never danced again.
Oh my god. Evil dancers!
The dance of the damned? Our mission? What are you rambling about, Mistress Nashmira? I thought our mission was to lend strength and succor to the suffering, and lift the spirits of the realm.
Oh my god. I just realized We're doing K-pop Demon Hunters years before K-pop Demon Hunters existed.
That it is. And yet the truth of exactly what this entails runs far deeper. Throughout our storied history, the dancers of Troop Falsium have saved countless lands time and again from a fate most dire. Oh my God. I was right! We literally are the K-pop Demon Hunters. When war and calamity ravage the land, fear and anger fill men's hearts. These emotions fester, reacting with the ether around us, in the air we breathe, the ground beneath our feet, to form an etheric manifestation of malaise that spreads like a dark cloud across the land. The weak, the downtrodden, the scorned and suffering. Sadly, it is these people who are oft the quickest fall prey to dark despair. Left unchecked, the shadows fully consume them, their hearts, their minds. In the end, even control of the very limbs is taken from them.
So it's a little more of a heartless situation than it is a K-pop Demon Hunters, but it's still pretty damn close to K-pop.
Stripped of the last semblances of sanity, they flail about in a manner most hideous. Tales tell of mothers blissfully unaware as they trampled their beloved children, men who danced so violently they ripped the limbs from their own body. This is the Tota dance, the dance of the damned.
What madness is this? You speak true, and this damnable dance you speak of arises from the fear and anger of people's hearts. Why did it not manifest itself in the wake of the calamity in Eorzea's darkest hour? Or when any of other dozen things was happening around here that was causing people trouble, you know?
Call me mad, but I think I understand. In times of greatest crisis, just surviving for another day requires all the strength we can muster. People have neither the time nor the freedom of mind to dwell on emotions like hatred or anger. Grana has the right of it. It is precisely at this time, a time when Eorzea has made great strides in its recovery, yet deeper wounds still go undressed, that your people are most susceptible to that damnable dance. So that is why our art was born so many ages ago. Not just to drive out the darkness of people's hearts in a figurative sense, but to literally cast out etheric shadows and free the afflicted from the clutches of the Torturnants. Yes, that is the truth of Troop Falsium, passed down from principle to principle for generations. What I did for the Duskwights was to use my dance to extract the darkness from their hearts and give it physical form that can then be struck down and banished. Huh. It has been several centuries since the menace of the Torturnants last reared its ugly head. To be honest, when we first came to Eorzea, I was unsure as to what we would encounter. So as not to worry the two of you overmuch, I kept the truth from you. Yet now that I have seen it with my own eyes, our mission could not be more clear. As the inheritors of the Kriegstans, we must chase the shadow of the Torturnants from this realm. I beg forgiveness for the secrecy, my friends, and ask that you lend me your aid.
Well, shit, yeah, I'm used to saving the damn world. Count on me. Fine, no more secrets. Yeah, no. I got your back. As usual.
Of course you can count on us. After all, Dekumon and I are dancers of Troop Falsium too. And it's like you always say, a dancer never abandons her partner. Why should you have to carry the burden of saving the whole realm all by yourself? Fun. Dekumon, after all of my harsh words and hidden truths, you are far too kind. I must confess I'm still struggling to understand all this, but one thing's clear. This dancing epidemic you speak of poses a grave danger to our realm. I'll contact the other grand companies immediately and apprise them of the threat. See if anyone else is doing some weird freaking dance. Should there be any reports of similar phenomena in other nations, we would likely call upon you to deal with the matter. Forgive us the imposition, but really this is beyond our ability. I'll leave it to us. Nothing would honor us more than the nations of Eorzea would place their trust in Troop Falsium and allow us to perform for their people.
Alright, take care of yourself, Gavin.
And with that, only Ishgard and Alamigo remain on our itinerary. Of the two, Ishgard has had more time for its people to recover from the scars of war. Let us make it our destination.
Yeah, I'm tongue-tying myself here.
Let us make it our next destination. At any rate, we will need more time to properly prepare for the confrontation ahead. In the meantime, Rana, you are to continue your performances. You require more practice still before I can bequeath you all the secrets of the Kriegskans. You can count on me, Mistress Asmira.
As for me, go practice in the fields.
And you, Dekumon, pray continue to hone your skills in battle. If we hope to prevail against the Totenauts, we will need your martial skills as much as we need your dancing. For no, it is not enough that we lure the shadows out of people's hearts. We must dispel the darkness for good, lest it simply drift on until it finds another unsuspecting host. Yes, we will be needing your strength more than ever.
Alright. I'll go train.
And with that, I too should prepare myself. Our true last act draws ever closer at hand.
Getting there. Alright. Next quest, the 68. High-steppin in the Holy See.
Ah, Dekumon, your timing is impeccable. I just received word from Ishgard. The powers that be have decided to welcome Troop Falsium with open arms. Fortunately, there are no rumors to suggest that the Totenauts has already struck from the city, or any of the surrounding regions in Kurthus. And yet, word has it that some of the less privileged residents of the city have grown increasingly vocal of late. Not entirely unlike what we witnessed in Urdar. We must be vigilant. And so, I would like to ask that you and Rana make for the Holy See as soon as you are able. I will join you, but I fear my wounds are not healing as quickly as I had hoped. I would only slow you down.
Aye.
Leave it to us, Mistress Vesnira. No matter what shadows plague the people's hearts, there'll be no match for your two favorite proteges. Come on, Dekumon. His Ishgard awaits us. Which way was it again?
North. We gotta head towards the frozen north. Alright, Rana. God dang. Neither of us are dressed for this weather.
Oh, my arms and legs feel like they're going to freeze and snap off like icicles. How can you even bear this, Dekumon?
Oh, it sucks. Gotten used to it. Mind over matter. Yeah. Been here enough times. Of course, those were usually in heavier armor.
I suppose adventurers like you get to experience all sorts of climbs in your travels. Perhaps in time I'll get used to it too. Anyhow, our first order of business is to pay our respects to our hosts. I've been told the one Sohandalu awaits us in a place they call the Congregation. I take it that you know the way.
I do indeed. Alright, and we're off. Ah, the good old classic stuck-up-ish Guardians. You guys are always a fun fucking time to be around.
Well met, Dekumon. It is always a pleasure to welcome you back to Ishgard. Though I must say, I did not expect to see you return to us as a member of a traveling dance troupe.
Just par for the course, man.
Just wait until you see him on stage. He's a sight to behold. Oh, but forgive me. My name is Rona Miko, and I thank you for opening the gates of your fair city to Troop Falsium. Well, the pleasure is ours. I must confess that I found the report from our friends at the Twin Adder regarding this Dance of the Damned somewhat difficult to believe. But if even a great hero like Dekumon here would come all the way here for this purpose, I would be a fool to dismiss the threat. And yet, I have questions. The instructions from your mistress Nasmira called for granting up prominent members of the commoner class and seating them front and center at your performance. I did not object, of course, but whatever purpose is this meant to serve? The Totenauts is a plague that spreads from one man's heart to the next, and those whose hearts weigh heaviest with anger, fear, and unease are often the first to fall prey to its clutches. If we can assemble influential members of the community and free their hearts from shadow before disaster strikes, these men and women could in turn raise the spirits of their peers. Mistress Asmira believes this is our best hope for curtailing the spread of the Totenauts. Where the leaders go, others will follow. I suppose it is as logical a course of action as any. Very well. I've already identified suitable personages and extended them an invitation to your performance. The venue will be before the Gates of Judgment. We believe this location would be most accessible to those who live outside the city walls.
Okay.
Oh, thank you kindly, my good sir. Well then, Dekumon, we'd best get on our way. We don't want to keep our audience waiting out there in the freezing cold, do we? Oh, why did I remind myself of the cold?
Sorry. There we go. Got a little worried there for a second. You know, I half expected this to be a duty calls, but I'm guessing it's just going to be a big old cutscene instead.
Oh, talk about an imposing audience. Now let's give them a show to remember. Oh, and Dekumon, let's keep the true purpose of our performance to ourselves, alright? We don't want to cause a panic after all. If we can draw out and dispel the darkness before the Totenauts strikes, our task will be that much easier. And besides, we want our audience to enjoy the show, don't we? I must admit, I am a bit nervous, but I know we'll be fine if we trust in each other. Alright, here goes nothing. Watch closely and follow my lead.
All right, let's do the duet.
Ladies, gentlemen, fair citizens of the Holy See, hailing from distant Razathan in the east, we are Troop Falsium. Today, we dance for you the Kriegs dance, an ancient art passed down to us from our days of yore. Though the Kriegs dance was born on the battlefield, it is a dance that brings healing and succor. Your people suffered for too long the horrors of the Dragonsong War. Let our performance fill your hearts with hope and heal any scars that may still linger. And now, without further ado, let the show begin!
Okay. Surprised they didn't have me dancing with her, but alright.
I've never seen dancing like this before. It stirs the very depths of my soul. Just watching her, I can feel all my pain and anger melting away.
Ah, there we are. Drive out the darkness. Ooh, that one's bigger and nastier than the last one. Oh, there's two of them, too. Oh, shit!
Pay no mind to these ominous clouds. It's all part of the performance, you see. Yes, Troop Falsium spares no expenses in treating our audiences to a spectacle for the senses. Now watch in the second act as we carve them up into tiny little pieces. Dekumon? That's your cue, Dekumon. Now sweep those nasty shadows away.
Mm-hmm. Again, I'm half surprised this wasn't a duty calls, but, you know, alright. You know what? Let's show off some technical step. And by technical step, I mean I just hit flourish to fire off all my fancy abilities. So, no, I did not technical step. There. That wasn't so bad. I received a sudden invitation to this performance. I didn't know what to expect. But that was simply remarkable. Ever since the show ended, my mind is clear, and all my troubles just don't seem so bad no more.
And I say the same. I must say that last scene where those fearsome shadow beasts appeared was particularly dramatic and invigorating. It's the strangest feeling. Even though my Lawton life hasn't changed one bit, I feel like it will be able to face it tomorrow with my head held high. You folks are far too kind, but I thank you, one and all. Never in my life have I felt so proud to be a dancer. Nothing quite like seeing all those smiling, satisfied faces. Don't you agree, Dekumon? Just the thought that we were able to bring a measure of happiness and hope to these proud, strong people makes all the hard hours of training worthwhile. And can you believe it? We were even able to stave off the shadows before the Totenautes even struck. I do believe we've done more than Ashmet proud.
Think so, yep.
I dare say our job here is done. So why don't we head back to Credonia and share the good tidings with everyone? I'll race you there.
Yeah, you'll beat me there, because I already know how this works. Where's Nasmira at? I don't see her anywhere. The music does not bode well.
Dekumon, it's Mistress Nasmira. She's gone.
God dang it. Where'd she go? Settle down, Rana. Nothing ill has befallen our leader. She has simply taken a leave of absence entirely of her own volition. Said she had a matter to attend to with an old friend. The same friend who introduced her to our patron master Gege Ruju, if I recall. She was reluctant to go into detail, but it would seem this individual is also familiar with the Totenautes, and has been researching the situation on our amigo on our behalf. Miss Nasmira means to join her there and scout out a suitable venue for our ultimate performance. She has asked that you and Rana continue training on your own until such time as she summons us.
What does it appear to do with this? Wait for our report? What does this mean, that she actually trusts us?
Maybe.
If Mistress Nasmira believes in our ability to handle affairs, I suppose we owe her the same in return. Now that our amigo has finally been freed from the Garlean yoke, surely it's only a matter of time before its people are ready to welcome us with open arms. At the same time, much like Ishgard, It is a land where people have known more than their fair share of suffering. We'll need to be at our best to deliver them from the dance of the damned. You know what that means, Dekumon. We must train with greater discipline than ever before.
Yes, we must. For it is our final quest on the Stormblood line. Of course, I say Stormblood line, but it came out in Shadowbringers, but it basically is, you know, Stormblood levels. Anyway, save the last dance for me.
Oh, great news, Dekumon. A postbook just dropped off the side of her mistress Nasmira. She says the stage is all been set for her performance in Alamigo.
Ah. Perfect. You know, this feels weird that we've not had like a rival character in this quest line.
Why, she's even scouted out what she claims is an ideal venue to host that exhibition. A village called Alakahana that sits in the Girabanya Highlands. Countless have passed to its location near the border. There are considerable fears among the villagers that the Guardians will return and retake their home with a vengeance. In other words, it is precisely the sort of place where the Totonauts is likely to strike. At any rate, Mistress Esmira assures me that she and her secretive acquaintance have made all the necessary preparations. The Alamagan resistance, she says, have seen fit to ensure that Alakahana's most prominent residents will be in attendance. If we can perform as we did in Ishgard and swiftly dispel the darkness from their hearts, surely they'll be able to influence their fellow villagers and stave off the onset of the Totonauts.
Huh. I just thought of something. The Totonauts almost feels like a precursor to the Despair Plague that we see in Endwalker. Just a much less severe version of it. And obviously, we don't have Ensinger's song causing people to turn into monsters.
And what did she say at the very end of her letter? Ah yes, Vanna, Dekumon, the success of our tour and the very future of Troop Falsium itself rides on you. I'm counting on you to rise to the occasion.
Okay, that's slightly suspicious.
Are you as excited as I am? Let's make this a show for the ages. And with that, let us set out for Alakana. We mustn't keep Mistress Esmira waiting.
Okay. Maybe I was wrong. Are we gonna have to fight Nashmira at the end of this? Still no Nashmira. And no duty calls yet either.
Ah, there you are, Dekumon. Have you by chance seen Mistress Esmira? I can't find her anywhere, but I'm sure she'll be along soon. I knew she wouldn't miss her performance for the world. And look what I found. I scoured the troop's wardrobe to find outfits befitting our grand finale. One thing's for certain, we'll be dressed to impress. And remember, mum's the word about the Totonauts, alright? We want our audience to enjoy the performance without worrying themselves about the terrible truth behind it all. But then, whenever you're ready to take the stage, you know where to find me.
Ah, there's the duty calls.
This is it, Dekumon. Ready to raise the curtain on our final act?
Alright, level 70, here we go. Damn, we got a crowd here. Again, though, where's Nashmira? So close, and yet so far. For all who cannot make the voyage to our home, we bring our art to yours. Hailing from Brazett Hall across the sea, I present the incomparable, transcendent Troop Falsium! Today, we perform for you the ancient dance of our ancestors, a spectacle to stir the heart, enrich the mind, and chase away the shadows of doubt that plague your soul. Quite literally. Feast your eyes upon the Kree Dance! They're so happy. They don't feel like they need their shadows chased away. Alright, Rana, let's give them a show. Alright. Maybe Nashmira is doing this as a test for Rana. Maybe that's why she hasn't shown up. There she goes, showing off. Never mind, there's quite a few shadows to chase out of these poor souls. Oh, that's a big one. And that's my cue for the second act. Not to worry, folks, it's all part of the show. There we are, smile and wave. That'll make everybody feel better. It's just special effects, it's not real. You know, until one of us drops dead, then it'll be very real, then oh dear.
Right on cue. Alright, Dekumon, let's take out that nasty thing before our audience realizes it's not just for show.
Mm-hmm.
Just look at those enraptured faces. The excitement in the air is almost palpable. They know they're about to get to show the likes of which they've never seen.
Quite literally.
Almagans are counting on us, Dekumon, and in more ways than they themselves even know. We must dance, and not stop dancing till every last shadow has been purged from their hearts. This is the performance we were born to give.
Stormblood fight music? Come on, guys, give us some good fight music. Oh, fine. I'll deal with this. Alright, first things first, let's make sure she's the partner. Alright. It's popped out within my own body. Yeah, it kind of does that. And then a technical step, which I technically shouldn't have yet, because you learn it in this quest. Ooh, nope, you guys gotta go. Ooh, hey, a fan dance procs into another fan dance. Yes, they can do that. Procs upon procs upon procs. That's how this class works. Look at that. I'm already earning some procs. No fans, though. Dance. Don't let them touch you. Okay. Well, that's easy enough to do. I just run away from the damn thing. See? Easy enough. Hang on. This thing's tanky. Come more. Oh, that's a lot of them. And there's Nashmira. Where the heck have you been, girl? Hang on, let me AoE these ones down. There we go. Ooh, I see exaflares. Not for some technical work. What if I stand in this? It'll actually stop it, no? Ooh, we got a big one. Problem solved itself. Those damn exaflares again. This guy's got a hard on for me, you know? I'm trying. Oh, no, we got it. We took it down before they spawned. That's legit funny. I think we missed the final phase there completely.
Mistress Aspira, oh, I knew you wouldn't miss our grand finale. And your dancing. Why, you were every bit as enchanting as I remember from all those years ago. Sharing the stage with you truly was a dream come true. I simply had to make amends for my embarrassing display in Gridania, did I not? My wounds of old would heal entirely, so I redoubled my training efforts after arriving here in Alamigo. I dare say I feel as spry as I have in years. And yet, there can be no doubt. You and Dekumon were the true stars today. To think that you have come so far in such a short span of time. Perhaps I should have just admired your performance from the wings instead of stepping in.
No, there were definitely enough there that we needed some help. Tut tut, Mira. I seem to recall you telling me just the other day the girl was still not ready for the spotlight. Okay. Who is it? Oh my goodness.
What the heck are you doing here?
Just stole his mom.
You know me, Laman. I am strict with my students because I expect only the best from them. And these two have done me proud today. I fancy meeting you here, Dekumon. I must admit it gave me quite a start when my Mira here told me that you, of all people, had joined her merry little troop. Mira and I go far, far back, you know. After this horrific offense unfolded in Urdar, I hid away in Thavne for some time. It was then that we first made each other's acquaintance. Song and dance go together rather well, needless to say, and our friendship rapidly blossomed. When she turned to me for assistance in planning Troop Falsium's tour of Eorzea, I was more than happy to do my part. It does not surprise me that an accomplished adventurer would have many friends across this realm, but never would I have suspected you and my dear Laman were so close. Truly fate must have brought us together for a reason.
Yeah, the fate we call the developers.
I feel the same. Your presence alone has motivated me to grow in ways I never would have thought possible. You've given me the courage, strength, and determination to be more than what I was.
Well, thank you. Thought I recognized that face from somewhere. From Liberator of all Amigo to Traveling Performer, eh? Not the path I'd have predicted, but I'm hardly surprised to see you much triumphant whatever you do. Boy, that was truly a performance for the ages. There was some wild special effects too, ma'am. Here in Alagona, we don't get much exposure to foreign cultures. Rather stimulating that was. Especially the grand finale where you chased off those bloody shadow beasts. Got the blood pumping, I'd say. Only wish there was more we could do to show our appreciation.
Think nothing of it, my good sir. Just knowing that we brought a measure of joy to Alamigo in its time of need is reward enough for us.
Too kind, you all, miss. The road ahead of us is a long one, but thanks to you, we can stroll down it with a spring in our step. Know that our village is always open to you, should you ever be willing to grace us with another performance. Farewell, friends.
Oh, for a second I thought you'd realized the true nature of those shadows. But no, the threat of the Sultanate is gone for now, and it seems no one's the wiser. That is heartening indeed. And with that, we should prepare for our departure. The Alamegans were kind enough to invite us in these trying times. We mustn't linger so long that our presence becomes a burden. I too should be on my way. It was a pleasure and honor both to see you on the stage again, Mira. And you as well, Dekumon. Till our paths cross again, go in safety.
Yeah, take care. And say hi to Stola for me. Ah, there you all are. Servers are giving me a little bit of worry.
Well, that's the last of it. Our props are packed up and we're ready to take to the road. I must say, it's a touch bittersweet knowing that this was our last performance, but I suppose even the best of things must come to an end. Mistress Nashmira will go ahead to Limsa Limitza and secure us passage back to Razat Han. You'll stop by and see us off, yes? I'd like to pay you proper thanks before taking our leave of this land.
Ah, of course. No, that was not a nod. That was just my character following her bow. Oh, that's right. We're gonna have Patch here shortly. I'll have to actually get back into the main story. Well, not main story, but Hildy story. Not in the dancer outfit anymore, but I guess it doesn't, do well for traveling.
Oh, Dekumon, I'm so touched. You really did come to see us off. Thank you ever so much for all you've done. It was an honor to tour Eorzea with you and bring strength and succor to its people.
Mm-hmm.
You have my gratitude as well, Dekumon. The people whose hearts you have touched will in turn inspire others. Yes, before long, the Dance of the Damned will be but a memory. And yet, until that time, we cannot let down our guard. I propose that we extend our tour of Eorzea in the event that there are yet people in this realm who still require our aid.
Oh?
Do you truly mean this, Mistress Asmira? Dekumon and I can keep dancing together? In good time, Rana, yes. But Dekumon is an adventurer, and one whose services are justifiably in high demand. It would not be very considerate of us to monopolize his services for our ends. And so, we bid you farewell for now. Rana and I will remain in Limsa, and consult with Master Gekirujo about potentially extending our tour to new locations. Pray come back and visit us on occasion, yes? Rana gets awfully lonely without company. Hey, stop! I suppose it is true. Keep dancing, Dekumon, and let us eagerly await the day that we can take the stage together anew.
Mm-hmm. Well, that will be in 10 levels, or 5 seconds, whichever happens first. Of course, first things first, I have to actually pick up a skill in chasing the shadows from the hearts of your audience. You learn Technical Step. Yep, and the next one comes from the Shadowbringers quest line, which I never did, so we get to do this one, blind. Rising to the occasion.
Oh well, if it isn't Dekumon, what a delightful surprise. And just look at that posture and poise. I can see you've not neglected your training one bit since we last parted. As for us, Troop Falsim continues to tour Eorzea, bringing hope to the dejected and downtrodden. Whenever and wherever the Totenauts threatens to rear its ugly head, we were there to cast out the shadows. With tales of our performances spreading across the realm, we've had no small number of aspiring dancers knocking at our door. Training them was consuming nearly all my waking hours, but recently Rana has stepped in to help shoulder the burden. Truly, I've been lost without her. And what have you, Dekumon? Have you had any noteworthy performances since last we met?
Well, considering this is, post Shadowbringers, I traveled to and from a distant world. My journeys in search of a legendary hero. Yeah, I know. I think the world thing is always more impressive.
And I thought our voyage to distant shores a long one. I see you've had yourself quite an adventure, though I confess the full import of your tale is quite beyond my comprehension. Still, this bounty hunter you befriended put you in quite the predicament, didn't he? It reminds me of another troublemaker that I used to know. Me? A troublemaker? I may have been immature, but I only had my friend's best interest at heart. Isn't that right, Dekumon? And besides, it sounds like even this bounty hunter came around in the end.
True enough.
Indeed. There is a certain something about you, Dekumon. Something that brings out the best in those who live lives you touch. And Rana here is a prime example. The hot-headed girl I once knew has come into her own as a dancer, a woman, and a leader of her peers. Perhaps it is finally time that... Yes, I am sure of it. Dekumon, Rana, there is a dilemma that has been weighing heavily on me of late, but I do believe I finally found an answer. Pray accompany me out to the city to Lenosha. I will discuss matters further with you away from the crowd.
Yeah, tongue-tying myself. I think she's about to step down permanently and hand over the troop to Rana. Alright, off to Summerford we go. Alright, let's see if my hunch is correct about this.
Dekumon, Rana, forgive me for not sharing the news with you too sooner. As fortune would have it, Troop Falsium has been invited to perform at the Mujikosa in Kugane, and our patrons are willing to pay a premium for our services.
Kugane? Oh, okay, that is not what I was expecting.
The Mujikosa? You mean that I could dance on the same stage that has hosted some of the most renowned artists in all of the Far East? Oh, someone pinch me, when do we leave? As soon as we are able, and therein lies my dilemma. The threat of the Totenauts still looms over Eorzea, and I have a duty to train the next generation of dancers to carry on Troop Falsium's mission. I cannot very well abandon these shores while my life's work remains undone, and so I turn to you.
Okay, I guess I was right after all.
Ron amigo, you have blossomed into a fine dancer and a capable leader. I would have you assume my role as principal and oversee Troop Falsium's tour of Kugane.
While she stays here and handles all the problems in Eorzea.
Mistress Aspira, what are you saying? It is the only practical solution. You would travel to Kugane to share our art with our friends in the Far East, and I could remain here to train our new recruits and deliver the people of Eorzea from the throes of the Totenauts. But I'm not ready for this! There's still so much I must learn! You told me as much just months ago! And I have seen you come so far since then. No one is born a leader, and doubtless it will be a struggle at first, but you are every bit as prepared for this role as I was the day that I inherited it. I would not make this offer if I did not believe this with all my heart, and yet I cannot and will not force the position upon you. But at the very least, pray think upon it for a while. Me? Leader and principal of Troop Falsium? I do believe Mistress Aspira has lost her wits. I still remember the days I would trip over my own 2 feet every time I took the stage. And yet, she seems intent on remaining here in Eorzea. If I refuse, the curtains will fall on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to showcase our art on the Far East's biggest stage. And yet, for it to go and fail spectacularly. I swear, my mind is going in circles. Whatever should I do, Dekumon? I thought I'd be to brood and fret like this.
Then stop brooding. You're a dancer, are you not? Then dance! Dance, my girl!
What are you saying? That if I can't find the answer I seek in still thought, perhaps I might find it in motion. Maybe we won't be right.
I am fighting losing my voice with her.
Dance with me, Dekumon. Show me through your motions all you have learned in your travels, and help me to clear the shadows of doubt from my mind.
Okay.
A steady view, no sign of onlookers from homes, and a big old vault bank. Yes, this place should serve nicely for our private performance. We dance together not for admiring crowds. Our only audience is each other. So face me, Dekumon. I will look upon your movements in all their glory, and let you inspire me to greater heights.
And suddenly the fog clears for us. Very handy, that. I'm surprised we're not doing any of the moves we learned in Shadowringers for her. But I guess we're basically just doing katas right now, as opposed to, actually firing off skills. If we're not careful, we're gonna give the tall grass around here a hell of a trim. Those chakrams are sharp. Of course, we're gonna end this, and Nashmir is just gonna be watching us this whole time. I don't see anybody around. Three hours later.
Oh, thank you, Dekumon. That was simply exhilarating and exhausting.
Yep, we had us a good old dance. Alright, feeling better, Rana?
From the first step, I couldn't take my eyes off you. Before I knew it, I had forgotten myself. My worries carried off by the wind. You were watching me, yes? What did you think? Have I truly come far, as Mistress Aspira says?
Indeed you have, and you will go even further, man.
So you're saying there's still room for improvement, eh? Well, consider that challenge accepted. I'll train harder than ever, and next time we meet, you'll see what I'm truly capable of. In any event, this I know more than ever. Dancing is my life, my calling. I must continue to perfect my craft, that I might inspire and bring hope to others, just as Mistress Desmira and you have inspired me. The answer is clear to me now. I may not be the leader that she was, but I will be the leader I know I can be.
Mm-hmm. Damn, there's so many nods in this.
Thank you for everything, Dekumon. I must return to Limsa to relay the news to Mistress Desmira. You'll join me there, won't you?
Yeah, I will. Just give me a second to get over there. Ah, there you two are. Yeah, the server's definitely having some fun today.
Rana here came dashing into town half out of breath. I can only assume what that means. The girl has found her answer, has she not?
Well?
Oh, you bet I have! I may not be ready to fill your toe shoes completely, but damned if I'm not going to try. Leave the tour Kukoni to me. I'm proud of you, Rana. Now, go and tell the others that you must begin preparations at once. I will be along with Dekumon shortly.
I'm still half expecting her to tell us that she watched.
While I am beyond pleased with the results, I must admit that I did not expect the girl to reach a decision so quickly. Whatever did you do to bring about her change of heart?
We danced together. That I cannot say. No, we danced together. It was simple.
So it was not with words, but through your actions that you spoke to the girl. Indeed, it is as I thought. Your very presence is as a mirror that helps those around you discover their true selves. In any event, Rana owes much to you, my friend, as do I. Troop Volsium is stronger for you having joined us. Come now, let us return to the others.
And yep, there's the end of the quest. Just gotta get back to where it all started. Alright, time to see off the dancing troupe. I cannot say I was prepared for this. And yet, if this is how Mistress Nashmira would have it, it is far from my place to oppose. Besides, nothing in this world can last forever. With the end of one era comes the beginning of the next, and all of us here welcome Mistress Rana's reign. We will do all in our power to see that Troop Volsium continues to flourish under her stewardship.
Oh, good. My friends, you're too kind. Let us not forget that we are all in this together. If we move forward as one, there's no limit to the heights we may reach. And with that, we must prepare to set sail without delay. In Kukoni too, there are those whose spirits sag, and we must bring them hope as only Troop Volsium can. I too should be getting on. The Totonaut threatens to return into hidden corners of the realm, and I must train the next generation of dancers to continue our fight. And you have your own adventures to return to, don't you, Dekumon? But don't be sad. Mistress Asmira, you and I, even if we go our separate ways, will always be united by a passion for dancing. I'll pass with Quartz again, I'm certain. And on that day, you'll be simply astonished at the dancer I've become. Mark my words.
I look forward to it, though I doubt it'll ever happen.
And so to you, my rival, my friend. I say not farewell, but rather keep dancing, until we might once again take the same stage.
No, that's not a nod. Same thing. Character's head's just following the bow. There we go. All done. Alright. 5 jobs remain. Unless, of course, I decide to start the Crafter and Gatherers. If I do, they will be well after I do all the combat classes, including Beastmaster, because we're probably going to be hearing a lot about that tomorrow. I am definitely going to be watching the Evercold stuff, just not live. It's going to be at an ungodly hour live, so I'll catch the recap when I wake up. But in the meantime, if you've enjoyed this, please leave a like and favorite, and subscribe to join me for more Eorzean job listings, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.